with the good condition, and definitely the outcome will be good because it's according to the formula, and that I really love that. And in the sharing. Oh, what now? Hang on. What happened? Now I can't hear any. You took. Hang on.
Do you have a headphone? A headphone?
Ủa nhưng mà cái của
That's
Linh
what
Linh đang nghe mà sao nó đi vào đây rồi ta?
Chỉ có cái headphone nó đỡ hơn, đừng có đưa cái điện thoại vào cái tai. Cái điện thoại nó có cái tần sóng á, mà nó no good cho cái não của mình.
Nhưng mà anh ơi, bây giờ hồi nãy Linh đang ở trên cái live buổi English nhận thức.
Bị out rồi hả?
Linh bị văng ra khỏi cái lớp.
Văng ra khỏi hả? Để em gửi chị cái link. Cái link này là khỏi bị văng luôn nè. Cái link này là không biết các bạn
nghe là tự nhiên văng ra cái nó vô thẳng cái live của mình. Nhận thức đủ đời, chính, kinh doanh và đầu tư. Sao đi thẳng trong đó là sao? I don't understand what's going on. Okay.
Sorry chị. Chị chia sẻ đi, em chụp hình cái slide. Không thôi, chụp hình rồi mà ta. Em gửi chị slide, quên mất. Giờ mới đọc tới tin nhắn của chị.
Thành tổ chức.
It seems like teacher Tuấn Anh will share the session tonight.
Thầy đâu? Thầy.
Because the connection where our teacher is based right now is unable to connect. So he come into Zoom a little bit late than normal.
So, yeah, that's fine. So for you, him is inviting. Okay, I'm stuck on this. I'm gonna go like this. Oh, anh Trần Anh. Okay. So cô Diệu Hiền is inviting cô anh Trần Anh from Australia.
I saw his face before.
And Cường shared before. That was great sharing, wasn't it? He would like to share, to introduce himself. Oh no, he is living in Australia, and his connector is his wife, Tam, in Mentor 6. And Anton and himself is going to do Mentor 7. Today I'm coming up here to share with this internal integrity is that I have listened to the recording of Thấu hiểu yêu thương by Gro. So I haven't really completed the course, but as I was listening to it midway, I found out that there's the Inner World program, and therefore I started to learn that. And I started, missed it. So the reason that the cause of material wealth is love. So it's talking about. So I have a reality that I'd like to share. And he's dropped out, I think, or it might be mine. So I need the earphone. I do have it. Let's see what I can. Okay, so he's back. Connection's coming back.
Nhưng mà mình thấy sao cái cô này, cái năng lượng của cô có vẻ cao quá đi, mình không có giống em gái của mình, giờ mình nhớ em gái của mình năng lượng đâu có chỉ còn như vậy.
So I'm guessing that he said that his sister is Donna. Donna's done the program of the fulfilled love, and there was change, and he couldn't recognize his sister. That's so high in positive energy. So Donna's just started learning about
trong hành trình yêu thương, và có được phước báu là được cô Diệu Thiền với con Anh cho làm sự đó.
So yet Donna has been supporting the group, the Thấu Hiểu Yêu Thương group. So I understand that the energy that she has now, and it's a high level of energy, is through the fact that she's been supporting the journey of love. And so I can attest to that, because it couldn't be anything else. And so I want to come out here to say thank you to you, and you're giving me the sister that with that reality that I can see very clearly through Donna's change. I appreciate you again, you and Cô Hoàng Anh. And another point I'd like to share, that yesterday to learn about this course, raising the inner cognition about wealth and investment and business. I appreciate Thầy that he's given me the inner awareness of almost fulfilled about money. So before that, I got to learn this, that we only see money as the tip of the iceberg. So yesterday, when I was sharing, that I realized that the concept of money is so much wider, that inside me, that it's cracking and it's broken out as in I start to receive this, that the inner awareness is filling, and that I'm having a deeper understanding of this topic, of the subject of money. So I want to come up here and to say my thank, to send my appreciation, and also to support my sister as well. While I'm here and learning this, I have a question that I will have full understanding of money. And it will be an experience, an exceptional experience, so that I can have the fulfilled understanding of this. And I appreciate everyone. So Paul says, I appreciate you and Jen An, support and Cô Hoàng Anh, and Jenny Thơm, as well as all those the supporters. Yeah. And because of you, the people, the participants, that makes it have the success that it has. That time we have enough blessings, that we have the reality that we have. So if it's not this person, it'll be another person. So Anna supports a lot in the program, and supporting people that follows. So she's completed the course before, and she comes around to help the ones coming after. I myself, that we receive it, and then we that we can see it in our own life, and we become so we appreciate the organization and the people, what they've given us, and so we turn around and support others. And when we see that the change in others, it gives us a inner happiness, and so we share that support and we support others, and so it continues and it follows. So right now, what is it, number 7? So Donna has been following for two programs now. So I appreciate everybody's, all the participants' presence. That everyone's presence is the energy that keeps it alive. It is you that gives us the belief that it can, that it would over the days that we're strengthening our beliefs and we continue. So Anjanan says that the change in Donna is amazing, and he's advised Donna not to ever leave the program. Donna, before entering Vietnamese wasn't great, and all the teachers in there has hold her in a special place, and so and so everyone, if you haven't joined the course, come in and join it, because what I've seen in the change in my own sister. And remember that the cause of material wealth is love.
63 ngày cuối tuần này sẽ có tổng kết và hành trình rồi cả nhà.
So it's been 63 days now, and this week is the last few days of the journey already.
Các lớp thấu hiểu yêu thương,
the thấu hiểu yêu thương classes.
Vui, thấu hiểu sức khỏe, kiến tạo an vui, nhận thức đủ đầy về con người. Tất cả những thông tin này thì ngài có thể vào trong app with daily.
We can find information about it in the app with daily.
Hoặc là trên Android thì mình phải CH Play, còn Apple thì dùng
Apple
dùng cái gì ta?
I have no idea.
Anh không biết, tại anh xài Samsung
App Store. Okay, App Store.
With daily ha. Dạ. Rồi thì mình sẽ khóa học của tổ chức sẽ có ở trên app with daily, và trong trên Telegram của tổ chức á, thì sẽ có đầy đủ tất cả các khóa học sắp sửa diễn ra. Mình chỉ cần theo dõi để mình nhận thông tin ha cả nhà.
Okay, so follow that to get information. The people are writing on the chat with daily.
Chắc là đã sẵn sàng để chuẩn bị cho buổi tối ngày hôm nay.
So,
cả nhà mình
is almost ready to come. Are you ready? Make sure you are ready so that you can enjoy the night, enjoy the learning, have your water. Okay, people who have raised their hands, hang on. I didn't hear, I know.
Chưa có nghe tiếng nên nhờ các thầy.
Thầy Tuấn Anh has entered the room. Everyone's saying hello. Appreciate cô Dụ Hiền, thầy says. Shall we shall continue to share our key takeaways. Anh chào thầy.
Xin mời Cao Ngọc Hoa.
I'd like to invite Cao Vũ Ngọc Hoa.
Chào con trai.
Hi,
Con giơ tay hay là
son.
mẹ giơ tay vậy?
You raise your hand, or is it your mum raising her hand?
Dạ, con chào thầy. Chào con.
Say hello.
Rồi con có chia sẻ bài học tâm đắc ngộ ra gì không?
Would you like to share your key takeaways? Any key learnings?
Dạ. Dạ mình nghe không có rõ đó chị Hoa. Dạ.
But I can't hear very well. We can't hear very well. Hello thầy.
Dạ chào chị.
Hello chị.
Dạ, mình có chia sẻ bài học tâm đắc ngộ ra gì không?
Would you like to share your key takeaways? Any key learnings?
Dạ. Dạ rồi. Dạ chào chị. Chào con. Biết ơn con đã đồng hành cùng mẹ học
I
ha.
appreciate you being on this journey with mum,
Dạ.
with the learning.
Dạ, xin mời chị
I would like
Thị
to
Lệ Thanh Dương.
invite
Dạ.
Thị Lệ Thanh Dương. I appreciate you calling me. I'd like to say hello to everyone. I wish you a great night learning and lots of goodies. My name is Hương Thị Lệ Thanh. Born in 1983, today I'm now 20 years old. I appreciate the organization, the knowledge, and everyone, the teachers, has been keen to share the information. Myself and my loved ones have received a lot of transformation in my life and in my inner world. Is it?
Dạ nghe được chị Thanh. Dạ.
We can hear you. So I would like to say thank you to all the teachers as my connector. Has helped me to create this opportunity to know about the organization since 2022, and it's my blessings at 2025 that I'm now being able to lean on the teachers and the organization to have the transformation that I have. Today, my key learning is of the cause, awareness of business, and I'd like to share with everyone that myself, I've had some learning, 6 years of a master's in Russia on business and finance, economics. But as I'm learning that, now I realize that when we mention about finance, I'm often negative than more negative. Any one of you, it's like me.
Cái bối cảnh người ta đang chia sẻ, người ta nói thôi. Tại vì cô Diệu Hiền, hồi nãy cô làm MC của dẫn chương trình thì có nói ra cô Diệu Hiền thì chuyên dẫn chương trình hạnh phúc
Since I was young, that I have been absorbing pictures or concepts that are supportive. That is why I have a good amount of time that I studied. So when I graduated, I started to work, and now I have done it for 20 years. And so I have conflicts in myself. So that, yeah, so I have an awareness that we need money to raise the level of life, the lifestyle. We need money to express our care and love, and so we have that awareness like that. But when inside we want to become wealthy, rich, then I feel negative. So it also makes the journey before that I stay in that self-conflict, that I couldn't come out. That's why I feel that it also limits my development for quite a long time. So I would like to say that I really appreciate that what Thai is sharing to give me a new awareness, an awareness over awareness, that for anything that if I am feeling negative from deep within, then I don't have enough concepts about that. Then I know that I don't have enough awareness about that. So therefore, awareness is so important, because I don't know that, well, because we know people are animals. Okay. And what differs us from animals is that we have a high level of cognition or awareness. And so we can have a deep understanding of what awareness is. And when I was working, I was at the position of treasurer. During that time, my cognition of money was just paper. I didn't have a lot of emotion about money, but just, yeah, I was at a state of numbness. No, nothingness. Yeah, that was lucky. That my inner state is a lot more positive about money, about business, about investment. And this is the time where yesterday I gave us the concept of money, understanding what is money, that money is the exchange, the level, exchange, representing the value that we provide. Yeah, and it's dependent, or what is the word? on go. Oh my God, what is the word? Okay, I've lost it. So we don't have to have a lot of that we can take for our country, doing good for our country. The 2nd of September is September, how many years? And heading towards the Nicole's birthday, that we'd like to contribute to the country, to the community and family and myself. I understand that I need to have awareness to create value and to have money, the amount of money that we can use in projects that has meaning, for money. Projects involving money for meaning.
Dạ, biết ơn chia sẻ của chị Lệ Thanh và cả nhà.
Appreciate the
Thì
share from
qua
the
phần chia sẻ
so
của chị Lệ
through
Thanh
the share,
thì cả nhà mình thấy
we
qua sự chia sẻ của chị thì mình thấy được là cái
the
sự
share,
trân trọng biết ơn của chị
you can see that
đối với những điều mà chị đã nhận được.
her appreciation,
Thì
gratitude towards what she's received. So
qua cái khóa thấu hiểu nội tâm
if you have
kiến tạo an vui á,
gone through
biết
the
được là nguồn
course,
năng lượng, một sự trân trọng biết
raising
ơn
being awareness,
là nó sẽ giúp
or
tăng
elevating,
những gì mình đang có.
and as it lifts,
Như vậy thì
it multiplies what we already have.
với cái sự trân trọng
With
biết ơn của chị
gratitude,
như vậy,
multiply what we already
chắc
have.
chắn là
So with her level of gratitude, we know that things
nhưng mà cả nhà cũng nhớ là mình lưu ý
will
mình
come.
chỉ có trân trọng biết ơn đầu tiên là những điều mà như ý đến với mình, sau đó thì sẽ đền đáp tiếp nối ha. Còn những điều bất như ý đến với mình thì mình làm gì cả nhà?
And if things that are not disappointment that comes, then we find the lesson in that.
Biết ơn giao lưu chia sẻ của chị Lệ Thanh.
Appreciate your share.
Chúng ta xin phép mời chị Trần Lắm.
I'd like to invite Trang Lắm.
Trân trọng biết ơn thì chúng ông những người lớn về trân trọng biết ơn rồi biết ơn thì các nén.
Appreciate you for calling my name. I appreciate because you called my name. I'd like to share my key learnings, my impression from what I shared yesterday. My key learning is the impression I have is that I have the awareness. I learned that if I have an awareness, then I have my reality. If I fulfilled awareness, then the reality will show. Awareness of finance, and aware of, and to have the material wealth, then I need to have raised my awareness of people and the principles and about people, relationships, as well as finance and the inner being. And we have to have fulfilled awareness that when we talk about finances, that we have what awareness we have, and because we can assess that, then we can see whether we are balanced or positive or negative. So before this time, when money is mentioned, I feel a lot of suffering, pain. I have attended Cô Hoàng An's course. I have so I used to not have this state when people talk about money and finances. Now I'm a lot more clear. The picture's clearer with me. So the areas of the human experience in relation to finances and investments. So we need to have fulfilled awareness. So Thai had given me 5 levels of money, and I have about the 5, the elevating the inner awareness. So because of that, I have now a better awareness that also reading the definition of money.
Cung cầu và cung cầu và bù đắp. Tiền là vật ngang giá chung. Tiền là phương tiện là cuộc sống chất lượng. Tiền nhiều mà nội tâm không ổn. Tiền nhiều mà mối quan hệ bất ổn. Và sức khỏe cũng bất ổn. Thì cho rằng nếu tiền nhiều thì cũng không ý nghĩa là cũng không có một cuộc sống chất lượng. Chính vì vậy mà khi nhắc đến tiền thì bản thân em cần phải.
So because of that when money is mentioned, I have to assess myself and also monitor that when I hear money, that am I balanced? Do I have inner peace? And going back to health and finance, that I am, that in my mind, which direction is my energy flowing, that money is, it's just reading the definition, and that money is not everything. That money comes from nature. Money. So if we receive it, then we need to have respond with the appreciation, gratitude response, that we pay it forward. So when we talk about money, that I can feel and also receive for myself that the inner state is, whether it's balanced or high, that in all the other 4 areas of life as well. Yeah. So I appreciate. Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Biết ơn chị Trần lắm nhiều ha. Dạ.
So I appreciate.
Dạ, Tuấn Anh xin phép mời chị Thúy Nguyễn. Dạ.
I'd like to call on chị Thúy Nguyễn.
Dạ, em biết ơn thầy đã
I appreciate you, thầy.
Thì em cũng cố gắng ngồi lên để được phát biểu trước.
I'd like to come up in this big crowd to share in front of thousands of people. I'd like to say that I knew about WIT since October last year, and before I knew WIT, I was negative in every single area of my life except for my health. Because during that time I was learning how to. Well, I was in a meditation group. I don't know why, but since I was young, I was already.
Sinh ra rồi lấy chồng rồi lại sinh con rồi lại phải đi làm cày bừa rồi chịu bao nhiêu điều vất vả rồi cố gắng ngoài xã hội để có tiền, sau đó là lại mất đi rồi lại để lại cho người khác, không biết là cái mục đích cuộc sống là để làm gì. Cho nên là trước đây em rất là ít tương tác nhân sinh, và em cũng không có ý thức là mình phải làm gì để kiếm tiền, ra kiếm tiền để làm gì cho nhiều. Và em có một cái trạng thái rất là âm, là vì nếu mà mình có nhiều tiền thì người thân của mình sẽ.
So she's explaining why she's so negative every time she thinks about the every time money is mentioned, because of her upbringing and what she's been exposed to. That so she lacks that awareness. And when she was raised, life was difficult. That they learned to hold on to the money, keep the money. Every dime is considered when they are spending. So it's important to keep the money. Then we don't have to go and look for money. Just whatever that we make, just hold on to them. Don't spend it. Then that will be. So that was the awareness. But now things are changing and improving, and I am a lot better. That I intend to go into Mentor 7 and share this philosophy, this root education, this philosophy to the world, to many people, because I'd like to be a person who is influential and has the reality of all the 4 areas. So I want to join this so I can have more fulfilled with, so I can be more fulfilled with finance and health and relationship, and I'd like to use my reality to influence those around me, because I also see that in society there are a lot of people who are having a hard life, going to work, and a lot of situations are not as they desire. But I learned yesterday that when we have fulfilled inner awareness, that so now she's reading the definition of money. So the way she understands it is that with we get the reality, we have that the energy isn't negative anymore, and that if the mind picture is clear, then it can. And also, it's money is the quality of value that we provide.
Biết ơn bài học
tâm đắc ngộ
ra của chị Thúy Nguyễn ha. Như vậy thì Tuấn Anh thấy sau qua cái bài học của chị Thúy Nguyễn cả nhà, thì mình đã được thầy hôm qua mình đã được thầy giúp cho mình rõ được nhận thức về nhận thức.
I helped us to understand.
Đầu tiên là mình có nhận thức thì sẽ có hiện thực.
If we have awareness and we have reality, and if we have fulfilled awareness that we have sustained or stable outcome.
Tuy nhiên ở trong tổ chức WIT của mình còn một khóa học liên quan đến tài chính nữa. Cả nhà biết khóa học mình có thể.
So in our WIT community, we also have another course about finance. Does anyone know what it is? That is the khóa học.
Thì khi mà chúng ta
của Hoàng Anh.
thấu hiểu tài chính,
so when we join that group, that course, we will have the what's one minute?
Ngoài cái việc mà mình có nhận thức đủ đầy.
So apart from having the awareness of what Chính is and finances, we can also have views or understandings, as well as the meditation and a community of people who are speaking the same language on this, so we can together create more value for the community on this in this area of finance. Yeah, I'd like to invite another person called Pam Hoàng. Yesterday I learned that from Thai there's one key word is about money come from nature. But yesterday I just learned that money comes from nature. But this lesson is like a law of cause and effect. That is like if we want to have the outcome, good outcome of finance, then we have to have awareness.
Thì nó giống như là một cái nhân và đặc biệt thì phải nó
rồi okay.
Thì em nghĩ là cũng nó phù hợp với luật về nhân quả thì nhân này kiếp tốt thì quả này kiếp tốt.
So it's congruent with the law of causality. Đối tác luận nhân chúng sinh luận quả. Yeah, I appreciate the sharing from yesterday.
Dạ, biết ơn chị Oanh Hoàng ha. Dạ, các anh thấy cũng còn nhiều cánh tay giơ lên.
So I can still see a lot of hands. So I don't know whether
mời chị Ngọc Nhân
on the substitute Zoom that we'll hear on this side, but I'd like to invite something. Chị Xuân ha.
Chắc là bên Zoom 2 chắc sẽ nói.
Okay, so Zoom 2, it doesn't look like we can hear Zoom 2. So hopefully tomorrow.
Chị Phước ha, Văn.
I'd like to ask.
Dạ.
Chị Văn Thị Hồng
Chị
Phước.
Phước xong cái mình sẽ nghe một bài nhạc.
So after the Phước, we'd like to let's have some music. And then after the music, we can come back into the new content. So hello, Thai. Hi. Thank you for calling me. I appreciate the opportunity to share. Yesterday, I came. I listened to it again, and I have great impressions of what was shared. I have been attending the other course from Cô Hoàng Anh, and I have had many learnings about finances. So for example, now I have great deep understanding of finances, more than before, but it's not a complete enlightenment, a complete understanding. And this morning I listened to the call again, and I had a lot of realizations. And so I intend that I will come today, and hoping that our teacher will help me. That in my work right now, I want to have a complete understanding about creating blessings in this area. So that's why I put my hand up early, so you can help me. So I heard that agriculture is to create blessings. I have to help this earth become better. So going towards organic and helping the earth. And I am right now, currently my business is in bird nest. I don't create it, but I buy and sell. So I'd like to have a complete understanding in this area, so I can create more blessings in this area. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share.
Dạ, biết ơn chị Phước.
Yeah,
Nghe thôi.
I appreciate Go Phước. Your name always says blessings. Why would you worry about creating more blessings? I'm not in this area to create the blessings in creating bird nest. But how many times have you attended the Cô Hoàng An's course? I don't remember, but since 2023. Do you take notes? You write down the notes? Yes, I do. I write down the whole course. Oh, have you learned understanding the inner world? Do you know how? Do you realize the ways to create blessings or good? So in this course, Thầy Toàn shares a lot about finance, incorporating inner beings studies, and so I'd like to have a complete understanding, complete enlightenment in this area. So yesterday I didn't know, so I did my work. And today I don't want to miss a moment of it. So today I intend to study hard so I can study again so that it can imprint in my mind. I appreciate you, Tifu. As I said, towards the end of the course, you will likely to have a full awareness. But through this share that I'd like to remind everyone a little bit on blessings. If anyone would like to accumulate blessings, I've been very lucky that when I interact with the postmasters, that there is a picture from the understanding received from Gobutulan, that the mental picture is beautiful and it helps a lot in the mind, and it's so simple and easy to understand. So through Gobutulan, she shared that. Okay, so general understanding after interacting with her. So then after you create blessings, where you're going to put it? Imagine you have a rice sack. And so before we create blessings, what's blessings? Yeah, so it's like the seeds of the good deeds and the merits. So we generalize that it's like the little seeds, and so we are diligent in creating these seeds. The first thing what must we do? We must look at the bag to see if that it's not doesn't have a hole, doesn't have a rip. So if we keep pouring rice into a bag, a sack that is that has a hole, then we think about the things that make us lose our blessings. So there are 4 areas where we can lose our blessings or our merits, blessings. So there are 4. So these 4 are, first it's blame. If we blame, we lose blessings. So I'm just going to revise here, but for the details you go into the course, the inner world, the raising, elevating inner world, arising inner peace, to get the details. So second is arrogance, and the third one is anger, And the fourth is fornication. So those are the 4 areas that we can lose our blessings, and the ones that can tarnish our merits is our biases. So let's remember that if we don't want to not have blames, not arrogance, not resentment, not anger, not bias, then we need to remember the principle of light. So if anyone who does mentor, then it's with us, it stays with us. But if anyone who wants their life to be the way we want, then we need to remember to apply this principle of light for the rest of our life. So resentment, arrogance, anger, delusion, adultery. So which light will push these out? So we've learned from our wisdom teachers is that we will use appreciation, gratitude, will help us to erase blames and resentment. And so when we go into what is gratitude, we have to go into the cause, the arising in the peace. What is it? Understanding the inner world, arising in the peace. So gratitude, appreciation, gratitude, as well as humility, will also push away the darkness. If we see that resentment, arrogance, anger, delusion, adultery, or stubbornness they are the darkness. And so tolerance is because we don't see fault, and therefore we can let go of resentment, and we can accept people, and so we can head them towards the what is right. And we receive with our heart. That is when we can have inner peace. And so we won't have to if we are at peace, if we have inner peace, we won't see fault. And so we have this meditation. If we are rich in meditation, we will push away the 2 darkness, which is anger and resentment. And with adultery, fornication, if we have the moral ethics and the philosophy, those will help protect us from this, from the darkness of adultery or fornication. That will push away those light. Taking stubbornness will tarnish our merits. And so wisdom teachers taught us that if we raise our inner awareness, or if we have the knowledgeable that helps us to raise our wisdom, it will push away the darkness of stubbornness. So before we look for blessings to put into our rice sack, we have to look at if it has any holes. If there are holes, we need to seal it so that it can hold the rice. So we can learn these in the course Understanding the Inner World Arising in the Peace. And if we have the philosophy for life, and if we have got that philosophy, we go back and we follow that philosophy. So lean on that philosophy as our luggage for the journey. So in the same course, we also learn to enrich our meditation. So, and our meditation is the energy of wisdom, and so it helps us to maneuver our inner states, and we can push away the darkness of resentment and anger. And so where can we find, how can we have humility? And humility is in the segment of enriching character. And so in these courses, teachers will share with us a segment on humility. And so if we just join in on one of those sessions right through and present, that we can actually seal the holes in our bag so that we can, and from then, with any blessings that we create, we can actually hold, we can keep our blessings. So that's the benefit of learning the understanding of inner being, of rising in peace. So after we've actually sealed the bag, then what can we do now to raise our blessings? Or Trang, do you want to take over? Or Trang? So will help us.
Yeah, em on the middle of something, chị có thể cover thêm 15 phút nữa được không chị?
15 phút, I gotta go.
You got to go? Okay, that is fine. Okay. Okay chị. Okay chị, xíu nữa em làm được.
Finish this part so you can pick up the next part.
Yeah, I can take over. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you very much, chị. You're doing awesome. It's very good.
You
You did very good. It's very good. You follow the conversation very well. Maybe you can try again the next few days.
Like đúng là đổi, cái chữ đổi is right, you know. Chasing.
Okay.
Oh my God,
next time I'm gonna change it to a different word. But that's going to give a bad image. Okay. So we're going to continue reviewing the previous session, or reviewing what we haven't learned in this course yet. But we have learned this in the 21 sessions of Elevate Inner Being. Elevating Inner Being, okay. And so the 7 important offering. Offering. Okay. First we have face offering. Secondly, we have eyes offering. Third, we have speech offering. And then heart offering. Next, we have space offering. Okay, so sixth, we have body offering. And lastly, we have position offering. Okay, so face offering, that is you giving order your smile. You offer others your smile. Eyes offering is you giving order the kind gaze. Kind gaze. Okay. And remember that if in your family, if you do not maximize other people goodness, then all the negative will arise. And speech offerings is kind word. Kind word. Okay. Heart offering is offering appreciation and gratitude. Giving appreciation, gratitude. Space offerings is we give order out tolerant. Body giving we offer others our the act of kindness. Act of kindness. And position offerings is giving order our position, and that also means we transfer order our reality. Transfers. Reality transferring. Reality transferring. Reality transferring. So that is the 7 important offerings. Is easy. It is simple way to help us accumulate good deeds, accumulate blessings, and if we think about the industry bird nest, collecting bird nest. So when we offer other people a bird nest, okay, then it is the act of kindness. Okay, now we're going to listen to some music before we continue the session today. Let's listen to some music whenever it's on. There's no music just yet. Maybe music in a different Zoom. These Zooms have no music. Cái Zoom hay no music. Cả nhà bên Zoom khác có nhạc không cả nhà? Zoom này chắc không nghe nhạc đây.
Mattress sale is going on now at Ashley. Save up to $500 on adjustable sets from...
Okay, music. I have to turn the music on my phone. This is a different version of The Successful Person. Đây là cái version khác của bài hát Người Thành Công. Cái version này là cái version của tác giả luôn á, của gia đình tác giả hát. Người Thành Công là do cô Kiết Nghi cổ viết, và đây là gia đình cổ hát luôn á, giọng của con cổ, của chồng cổ, của cô cổ luôn á. I don't know Gemma, let's wait. Let's wait to see.
Con ơi làm người thành công, làm người khác thích gần. Con ơi để là người thành công là việc rất gian đơn. Người thành công là người giàu nhân cách. Người thành công mang hy vọng an vui. Người thành công luôn chân thật khiêm tốn. Người thành công mang niềm tin cho đời.
Mẹ ơi, muốn là người thành công thì con phải thế nào? Mẹ ơi, muốn là người thành công thì con hát thân với mẹ.
Con ơi, làm người thành công là người khác thích ở gần. Con ơi, đây là người thành công là việc rất gian đơn. Người thành công luôn là người bao dung. Người thành công luôn trân trọng biết ơn. Người thành công mang trí tuệ yêu thương. Người thành công người nhân cách kiên toàn. Người thành công luôn là người bao dung. Người thành công luôn trân trọng biết ơn. Người thành công mang trí tuệ yêu thương. Người thành công nhân cách kiên toàn.
Phiên bản của tổ chức.
việc rất giản đơn. Người thành công là người giàu nhân cách. Người thành công mang hy vọng an vui. Người thành công luôn chân thật khiêm tốn. Người thành công mang niềm tin cho đời. Người thành công luôn là người bao dung. Người thành công luôn trân trọng biết ơn. Người thành công mang trí tuệ yêu thương. Người thành công người nhân cách kiện toàn. Mẹ ơi muốn là người thành công thì không phải thế nào. Mẹ ơi để là người thành công thì có khó không hỡi mẹ. Con ơi làm người thành công là người khác thì ở gần. Con ơi để là người thành công là vì rất giản đơn. Người thành công là người giàu nhân cách. Người thành công mang hy vọng an vui. Người thành công luôn chân thật khiêm tốn. Người thành công mang niềm tin cho đời. Người thành công luôn là người bao dung. Người thành công luôn trân trọng biết ơn. Người thành công mang trí tuệ
Anh ơi, hình như bên kia Zoom kia có nhạc rồi á anh.
Chị nói sao chị Linh?
Bên Zoom kia có nhạc rồi á em.
Dạ có
Đó.
nhạc rồi.
Dạ.
Có nhạc rồi, tụi em đang để cái này.
Người thành công mang hy vọng an vui. Người thành công luôn chân thật khiêm tốn. Người thành công mang niềm tin cho
Nhưng mà thầy cô nói chuyện quên tắt mic rồi.
người thành công luôn là người bao dung. Người thành công luôn trân trọng biết ơn. Người thành công mang trí tuệ yêu thương. Người thành công người nhân cách kiện toàn. Người thành công người nhân cách kiện toàn.
Okay, the teacher has come back. Right. Hello everyone, we're coming back to the session now. Bà Nga. I can hear giọng Nga bên kia. So everyone, let's return to the session now. Let's settle. We return to the session now. I've been looking for the I've been looking for the document, the piece of document, resolution document, resolution, parliamentary resolution. So yesterday, teacher Trang already shared with us. Does anyone remember where's the money from? Please raise your hand. We have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes to to remind each other, to revise this, okay? That the money comes from nature. I see Mrs. Thầy Trang on this Zoom. Okay, please allow me to invite Miss Thầy Trang. Okay, Trang, can you turn your mic on? Đinh Thị Thùy Trang. Okay, Mrs. Đinh. She said that this information, this knowledge she already learned in Mentor 6. But now, when she listened to it again, it's become clearer to her. And she's been reminding that money come from the nature or the resources that from the sky, the sea, the forest. And when she first heard that money comes from the heaven, from God, and she first thought it's so strange, but now she understands that it's come from nature. So today, everyone, this is the first time I've sit in our teacher studios, and in order to share in this session, I'm looking at 3 different laptop, 3 different computers at the same time in front of me. So because it's my first time, it may take me a little bit of time to get used to the setup here. Oh, so our teacher has come back. Okay, thank you, teachers. Our teachers has arrived, and he go into join the session as well in a couple of minutes. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, everyone. So yesterday a teacher shared with us that money comes from nature. Those natures are resources, earth, everything that belong to nature. So remember that whenever you take something from nature, remember to pay it back, to repay to nature in order to keep the balance. That's the first thing. The second thing, if you talk about if we're talking about nature, or if we talk about heaven. Chị Linh ơi, em vẫn thấy cái từ trời ở đây là chữ heaven thì nó mới liên quan đến vũ trụ quan được. Còn để từ nay trời nó không có liên quan đến vũ trụ quan được. So when we talk about heaven, it somehow is related to the cosmic view. Okay, and we remember there's people who worships the heaven who worship God, right? So some families, they have the botanical plant in their house, botanical. So they plant certain trees from their house. So those different beings, a different being, they are helping us in terms of living in serenity. They living us in terms of studying well. So like tiên là fairy. So the fairy race. When the teachers share the fruit course formula of life, we remember that the image of the seeds when we sow it on the ground, and if it's a good ground with us nurturing, with the fact that we're nurturing that seed, taking care of it, then eventually it's grow up. And if without nurturing, without no one taking care of it, okay, then the land, how can we continue to keep all of the minerals in the land, within the ground? And if we exploit the nature too much, then we need to return something to the nature, to the ground. So there's a certain parliamentary resolution. There's certain resolution that we need to do in order to repay to the nature, repay to natural resources. In a certain developed country, for example, in the fish farming industry, they have limit the fishing season, and they also limit what kind of fish, what type of fish that people can farm, can collect. And if we observe that most people, without rule and regulation, without the government resolution, we often go over the limit and create a certain obstruction for the natures. Okay. So if you're concerned about how to protect the environment, how to enrich the seas, then you can find out more about it. Recently, I read the news that said that there's a type of chicken. There's a type of chicken come from America that has been shipped to Vietnam, and so in 1920 something, and there's about 20 different types of those animal has been transported to France. But now the amount of them has reduced significantly, and some of those nearly extinct. Some of those types of animal is nearly go extinct. So nowadays we need to be urgent in terms of protecting the rare animal. We're just waiting for the teacher to come into Zoom. Okay, all right. The Zoom is go silent for a minute here while we're waiting for our teacher, for our head teacher to come back to the main Zoom. Yes, he's back. Okay, so can you see the screen? Can you see my screen, everyone? The teacher asked. Cái chữ trời mình muốn ghi nó là heaven thôi. Tự nhiên, nếu mình nature thì nó sẽ là tự nhiên ha. Tự nhiên chứ. Chị Linh ơi, chị Linh có đó không? Thầy ghi chữ trời chứ thầy không có ghi chữ tự nhiên. Nếu mà tự nhiên thì mình ghi nature, nhưng mà thầy ghi chữ trời. I still want to use the word heaven, not the word. Chị, nãy chị nghe thầy tiếng Anh giải thích cho cái phần lời cái phần mà liên quan đến vũ trụ quan không? Nếu mà mình ghi chữ trời á, là heaven á, thì mình mới giải thích được về cái phần vũ trụ quan nữa. Còn nature nó chỉ là tự nhiên thôi.
Yeah, nhưng mà vẫn được mà, because nó là mấy cái loài đó sẽ phụ. Nếu như mình có những cái nature thì những loài tiên đồ họ sẽ phụ cho, thì vẫn là ok mà, vẫn là nature thì vẫn là những cái resources thôi. Rồi là qua đó sẽ có những cái supernatural, những cái cosmic.
Trong cái nature đó hả? Có supernatural. Ok.
Ở trên cây rồi này nọ thì cũng phải qua nature mình mới có những cái đó nó hiện hữu.
Ok chị.
Nghe kể cái tin này tin thấy cũng vui quá. Cũng đang nghe.
Okay. So today we continue the session with money comes from the government, and thank you ever so much to teacher Tuấn Anh support me at the beginning of the session. Thank you that he has helped. Thanks for helping you all to reminding the knowledge. So now we have the money that comes from the government. Money comes from the government. Money comes from the government. When we heard the saying that money comes from the government, does anyone have any kind of mental image pop up in your mind? Money comes from the government. What would you think of as first thing? What image do you have? Okay. What do you think of? Immediately, what you think of when I say that money comes from the government? So when you heard me saying that money comes from the government, what would you think of? What would you think of? Monies are of natures, monies of government, money. Okay. So money comes from government. So where does it come from? When we said money comes from the government, where is it in the government? Let's think a bit, everyone. Now put your thought into this. Maybe we can sleep over it tonight. Okay, there's a lot of people put the answer in the chat box. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to think a bit more about this, so you can like activate your thinking. Oh, there's so many different answers. It's amazing. So when you heard me saying money comes from government, let's think a bit. Okay, here we are starting to have awareness that money support, government support us to make money. Okay, how the government support us to make money. It's not about how the government collect money from us to do something. Okay, for example, the natural resources. Okay, if we exploit natural resources, the government will collect tax, okay, from us in order to provide. Okay, so money, the government that money have is mainly come from tax, come from land. Yeah, that's different now. The question is money comes from the government. So where is that money come from? Okay, that's totally different awareness. Okay, so first awareness, we know that government has money to provide welfare for the people, and thus they collect money through tax, through land. Okay, nowadays land, we have the right to use land. As Vietnamese people, we have the right to use land, right? We don't own the land. Okay. And every year when we use that land, we need to pay tax on the land. And all of that the government collect the money from us. Okay. But here we shift to the awareness that the money that we have, the money that we owe, the money that we use comes from the natures, comes from the government. So where is that money come from? I mean, money that we have come from the government. So where is the government getting money from? Or where does the government provide the money to us? So there's a lot of business that making a lot of money from the government support. A lot of people getting rich, getting very, very rich because of the government support. For example, okay, and can someone raise your hand and tell me where's the government's money providing to us? So the participants are saying that the money that government provides to us, okay, come to us is all of the welfare, the public's welfare, the social security programs, the welfare development plan. Okay, so they has been accumulate different sources. Okay, in order to provide for the people. For example, the program, the welfare for the adult, the old people. Okay, or the plan to develop rural areas, or the government support for health and medicine to rural area, and there's government lending that provide for people and there's a different different welfare systems to help safeguard for the people. So that is my idea. Okay, right. So to summarize this, it's all down to all of the rules and regulation. Okay, it's all down to government policy. Okay, the government had different policy to provide money to society. So whoever know that policy, they will know how to utilize the government money. Okay, and when the government policy have a certain certain planning, okay, like urban planning or city planning. Okay, if there are certain people, they know the government planning in advance, they can utilize it to make money. And some of the planning to street planning, the town plannings, the land plannings, if we know that in advance, then we can utilize that. Okay, so that's the information provided by the government about all the policies, that the exports policy. So whoever get the benefits from the nature, get the benefit from nature, also had to follow the government policy. Okay, and then we have government tax. So there's some industry, the government basically can tax them significantly higher than the other industry. And then others foreign policy, environmental policy, government policy, health policy, security policy. So in concise, monies of the government comes from the information. So the information, the policy information. Okay. So whoever know the policy, the government policy, they utilize that information and sell that information, then they can make money, right? So there's a small number of people receive the government information, and they have the information, they sell that information, they can also make money. And some people, for example, farmer, thinking that, right, they have to work very hard in order to make money. But the people who live in the city closer to the government, if they have the certain information that come from the government, like such as all the mechanisms and policies, government mechanism and policy, then they can also make money from it, such as the regulatory and policy framework. Okay. So Miss Yang, where do you live right now? Okay, and she lives near Hanoi. So if the people live in the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi, they know the information, okay, that the government given to help the people, then those information can help them to make money. Do you understand this, everyone? Mrs. Yang, you understand what I mean? Thank you very much. So we see that all the mechanism or the policies, okay, of the government mechanism and policy. But there's also people, they try to avoid tax, okay. They make money from avoiding tax, and some people also utilize the mechanism of the government to benefit themselves, and eventually they end up in prisons. Okay, they utilize the policies of the government to benefit themselves. to exploit for their personal gain, or they take advantage of government policy, okay, and eventually they end up in prison. So whoever know the information, then they have the money from the government. So at the moment, at the current times of our country, whoever get rich from real estate, okay, most people who get rich, who are rich in our country nowadays, they got rich from real estate. If you observe Vietnamese society currently, most people got rich from the government policy, the government planning, right? So with the country is developing and have a lot of wealthy people that making money from real estate, from the government help, that country is not really a developed country yet. So we understand it, okay? But on that country only is rich when the technology, the billionaire in technologies appear, or when the health billionaire appear, okay? Then, okay, and then we have the billionaire in farming, in planning, and later on we have the billionaire in education, right? So you understand what I'm saying? So eventually our country will be prosper and develop unimaginable, okay? But nowadays we have the billionaires in entertainment, billionaire in fashion, like what I'm talking about, the people who have lots of money in different industry in the world. So those, if we have those billionaires appear in our country will be very good, okay? So but now we really need billionaire in technologies. We really need many company that $1,000,000 company, okay? And when our country have the billionaire appear in technology, then that is good. That's cool, okay? Billionaire in AI, billionaire in farming, billionaire in medicine, billionaire in education, billionaire in semiconductor, bán dẫn, semiconductor industry. And if those billionaires appears in our country, then our country will reach the next level. Is that okay, everyone? So if you think that if our country has a billionaire in farming and planning, okay, would our country be better? Would our country be better? And how about the billionaire in education appears in our country? What will happen? Crop agriculture, plant-based agriculture. Okay, how about billionaires in plant-based agriculture? Plant-based agriculture or crop agriculture is nông nghiệp thực vật, okay? So nowadays, if you know the policy, the planning of the government, then you basically borrow the government strength to make money. So if you do that, if you know the government orientation and utilize it, then you need to pay back, okay, pay back to the people, okay. our country, it could take our country a very long time to have billionaire in the legal. Tỷ phú pháp lý, billionaire in legal pháp lý, billionaire in legal system, billionaire in legal. Okay, let me repeat it. Legal affairs. Whoever making money from government's planning, government policy, they have to accompany with the government to provide welfare to the people, to provide public welfare. Okay, if they utilize the government policy and they do not create welfare for people, once government change their policy, change their plan, then they basically can have all the right to recall all of the advantage that given to those people. Okay, and if they don't provide public welfare for the people, then once the government to collect return, okay, revoke, once the government revokes their right, then it's worth nothing. It doesn't worth anything anymore. Okay, do you understand this? Okay. Maybe because you haven't done anything big, so you don't understand this much. Okay, but observe society, right? The responsibility of the government is to support small business to do big. But if those business don't provide public welfare for the people, but they exploit the government policies and only benefit themselves, then the government give the benefit to business. In turn, business must give the people, promote social welfare to the people, and create social security to people, and ensure public well-being. Okay, if they do not ensure public well-being, once the government policy change, they will lose everything. So we know that it doesn't matter how much you own, if the government policy and planning go against what you own, then whatever you own will worth nothing. So whoever survives depends on the government support, government policy and planning. Then remember to in turn accompany the government to ensure the public's well-being, promote the social welfare. Okay, so remember, if you relied on the government relationships and you have the government information in planning, in policy to make money for yourself, then remember to pay it forward and promote social welfare or ensure public's well-being. Okay, every 10 years there's a group of leaders going to change. Okay, so the new rich people has arisen recently. Okay, you look at society, the new rich people has appeared recently. So every 10 years, the number of rich people is changing. So every decade, the amount of monies has been changing, is changing hand from this group of people to different group of people. And there's a lot of countries happen like that. Such as those countries have developed countries, there's a lot of people, after the certain period of time, they become wealthy and they start exploit workforce, exploit workforce, and they starting to interfere in the government. So later on, when someone appeared in the government, they saw all of that, they saw the influences that the wealthy people did, then they stop it. Okay. So nowadays, for example, with the gold mining, the coal mining, rare land mining, the government have all the policy and planning for them now. Okay, no one can utilize it without the government support. So in those industry, okay, so those industry we call the bloodline of the country. If we do not follow the government, okay, if the business owner awareness, okay, do not promote social welfare, do not ensure public's well-being, and doesn't provide anything for the people, then they won't last for long. Okay. For example, the latest policies of Vietnamese government, okay, we will see that the next 10 years, the number of rich people in our country will rise up to the next level, and is the okay, and it's due to be that whoever doing business afraid that they're gonna be put in prison, but nowadays all of that changed because of the new policy, the new regulator. So government is helping business a lot. The latest regulatory, the latest policy, government policy will promote the new group of rich people, the new rich going to appear in the next 5 to 10 years in order for our country to develop and for our economy to develop significantly. So some participants put in the chat box that there's a lot of rich people appear in our country nowadays. Not really. In the next few years, you will see there's a changing phase of Vietnam, and that will be our country will be much better. Okay, do you understand? Okay. Even though I'm saying, do you understand? But the reality is, when we say understand, okay, it sounds simple. Okay, but only the people who actually be active in this in this industry, they can really experience it. For example, if someone bought a piece of land, and then the government start planning the city area, planning the rural area, okay. Okay, and those people who owns those land, they can sell that land for like $100 million. So that's money that they earned, that money that they collected. Okay. Obviously, we were talking about money relies on the blessings and good deeds. Okay, but in this case, that's people got the money from the government land planning. Okay, so they earn money from the policy, the government policy, the government land planning that can help them to make money. So if you be clever enough, you can utilize that. And some people, they can sell the land they already have, and once they have the money, they will provide the security, well-being, social welfare for people. So they support school, they use the money to support school, use money to support hospital. Okay, but not many people have awareness that monies come from the government. Mostly everyone think that they make their own money. Okay, but there's a certain number of people, they receive early information from the government. They know that government going to do a certain planning in that area, okay, and they selling those information, they can make a lot of money, 5 to 10 billion, okay, Vietnam dong, okay, right. So those information come from the government, but whoever all that information, if they don't understand that come from the government, okay, then is this only stable, is only sustainable once they in turn repay for social welfare. Social welfare provider security. For well-being, people well-being. So nowadays, there's a lot of people get rich because of the government policy. Okay, for example, some of the universities, the land is provided by government. For example, they borrow, they utilize the government policy. Okay, and then certain business, they have enough resources to build a university in that land. Okay, there are no tax. Okay, government didn't tax them to do business in that area. Okay, and then eventually there's the business, okay, getting better. So the money that they earn through the government support in this case, because the government policy, they give them a head up, give them the advance, okay, and that's why they make money. So they need to understand that those monies they make actually come from the government. So you understand what I'm saying here? Understand, right? And about regulatory, you have to look at it, okay? You need to know about the government planning, the government policy, in order to give advantage first, okay? And obviously, when the business do it the right way, okay, then business working the right way, then it's better for government. Is benefit for government. It benefits for the people. Benefit for social welfare, for public well-being. Okay, that creates all the basically giving sponsorship to students, build a welfare system, develop social support system, enhance community well-being. Okay, so if we got the advantage from the government, then we need to repay. We need to ensure public's well-being. Okay, ensure public's well-being in order for the sustainable from the government. Okay. Okay, we need to understand that if you benefiting from government mechanism, ensure social welfare for the people. Okay. Okay. So from nature we we had to keep it happen somehow. So some people know to combine the natural incentives and natural incentive. Natural incentives. Natural incentives. Ưu đãi của thiên nhiên. And government support. Government backing. Government support. So if there's some rich people, they interfere into the policy of the government, into the government policy, right? There's some people, there's some wealthy people, some rich people, they interfere into the government policy, in the government development policy of the nation, right? Yeah, some of them, they do. That's why the more they do it, the richer they get. Okay, so that's just natural way to do it. So they deserve it, right? They deserve it because they're helping the government to develop the policy. They've been clever, they've been smart, they provide certain constructive feedback for the government. Okay, so without those wealthy people, without the rich people, there's no we cannot ensure the public's welfare, well-being. Okay, so there's many things such as the road, the bridge, the highway, lighting, rubbish collections, everything in the countries has been provided, has been backing up by the rich people, by the wealthy, from the wealthy people. So there's some people, they borrow the government policy to make money. So the purpose of making money, we can talk about it later, right? Whatever, when people have money, what they're doing with it, what they're doing with the money, that is more important. But now we talk about the support from the government. Okay. During the process that we're studying, sometimes I give you certain example for you to know, for you to understand. So you don't go around and ask people. Yeah. So just need to know, just know that people are making money from a different way. Okay, so yesterday to today, we know that there's a people who make money from the nature, from the government. Okay, so now you know that why certain people, they get rich. Okay, so there's some people, they have a certain connection and they be able to ask for the government incentive to help them. Within 3 to 5 years, they get rich unimaginably. So there's a people doing that, right? So from now onward, never ask why people got rich. Okay, how can people get rich, right? They get rich because of what we just said, right? Why they get so rich? Okay, because they understand they can make money from the nature, from the government, and then there's another ways of monies come from as well, and that is unlimited, that is infinite. Okay, which is monies comes from the people, Right. So this money here is unlimited. Okay, unlimited. The money come from people is unlimited. It's infinite. You can making as much money as you want for the rest of your life. Okay. It's never ending. It's never ending. Okay, so the money come from the from people consensus, come from people agreement. Okay, I won't use the word belief. Okay, I've used the word agreement, the people agreement. Whoever create products or services that have more people support, then they have more money. We just need people agree to each other, then that can create money. If they disagree with each other, then that cannot make money. So so you remember there's a certain time people played there's a certain time, there's a certain period people do ornamental fish keeping, fish ornamental, okay, ornamental plant, bonsais, okay, and a lot of people doing that. That's why ornamental fish industry grows significantly. Okay, so they said that type of fish, if you have them in your house, you will improve the feng shui in your house. So if you own them, if you feeding those kind of fish in your house, you will make a lot of money. If you build a temple next to the casino, you can make money. There's a participant said that. Not really. Okay, so the agreement of people about the service of products or services, it doesn't come from the natural incentive, also didn't come from the government support. Okay, but it's help for the development of people. Okay, so everything that provided by the nature, okay, is provide for the survival of human. Anything that help the human survival and development can be sustainable. But any product and services that support the development and survival of human beings can last very long. You understand this, everyone? For example, we have, for example, in education. In education, we have a certain products and services in education. Okay, educated products, education products. Okay, that's help, that support people, support for the studying and learning of people. Then they can make money. And those services that take care of health, take care of people beauty, the services, marriage services, okay, wedding services, eating services, okay, those appear because of the people needs, because the need in people. So there's a demand in society that create those services. You understand this? Yeah. Okay. If you just reflect back into your life, right? Every day you go to work, you're making money. Where you making money from? Okay. Think again where your money come from. Okay. So the work that you do, where's that money come from? In this diagram, in these pictures, for example, the real estate are the real estate services. Okay, is the combination of nature and government, restaurants and food shops. Okay, is help for the people eating, people consumption. Then it's a combination of nature and people. Okay, pharmacies. This is a combination of nature, people, and government. Okay, building materials. Building materials come from nature, and then with the government support and people needs. If you doing the highway, north to south highway, you building north to south highway, that's also the government support. The kindergarten industry, also kindergarten education, also from the government and people. Fashion industry will depend on the people. Farming depends on, if it's only farming is only planting something to sell, then it's depend on nature. But if we talk more about exchanging farming products, then it will also relate to people. Okay, if you have a worker, depend on what types of worker are you. If you are a worker in manufacturing, food manufacturers, then it will be the government and people. If it's about medical equipment, then it's also about government. If you are working in HR personnel, then it's related to people. Okay, if it's toys and fashions, it will relate to people. If it's a food for your pet, then it's related to nature and people. If it's a shoe industry, then it's related to people, and government is if you are the clerk, then it's related to people. If you do telecommunication, it's related to government and people. You understand this, yeah? Bird's nest industry or swallow industry. If you only sell bird nest, then it relates to nature and people. Okay, and if you sell plane ticket, then it relates to government people, because all the plane industry relates to government. Okay, okay, so we need to understand that where the money we make come from. The money we make, where they come from. Yeah. Okay. For example, the social media, Facebook, where the money come from? Where's the money come from? With social media such as Facebook. Okay. You see that those technologies company, they are very rich, right? So when you're making money from people is unlimited. So making money from people is unlimited. The government agreement create an environment for people to connect with each other, connect with business, to help each other to develop and satisfy each other's spiritual life, mental life, and government support for technology to develop. And whoever provide that certain support to people, the more they provide, the richer they get. So what can we do that is stable, that is sustainable? Whatever we do that serve people development is sustainable. Whatever you do that serve the people's survival and development is sustainable. Okay, whatever you do that serve the humans beings survival and development. Okay, and it's sustainable. The next few days you will learn about what we call sustainable, what is scalable, what is benevolent. Then you understand better. Okay, but now look at the diagram. You see that money is everywhere, and everywhere is around us. Okay, there's 100 million ways to make money. Yes. Whatever you do that relate to the humans being survival and development, then you can then it is sustainable. Just a little pause, rest. So when we can understand money comes from nature, the nature comes from the government, comes from the people. However, okay, from the nature, we have the natural incentive, government support, and the agreement of people. Then what will happen, everyone? If we exploit natural resources, and we also have the support from the government and the agreement of people, then it's very good. Okay. So if you make money from the government, never forget about the people agreement either. For example, some people exploit the real estate industry, right? And that people also concerned about the agreement of people, then they will develop a lot. So in our communities of the entrepreneur, the business owners is also currently building up community area, community facility. So all of those entrepreneurs in the entrepreneur course, they gather together and start building about 1,000 homes, 1,000 flats, and also they will get with support to take care of inner being, health, relationships of the communities, of the people in this community. There will be the facilities for kids, facility for sport, facility for training. Okay, so I told the entrepreneur group to let people stay there for free for 2 years. And I will interview the number of mentor and master before allowing them to live there. And also the mentor and master group will also support for the development of the people in that community, helping them to so which will responsible for daily activity, and entrepreneurs group, they will manage the finances, and I will request them to let people stay there for 2 years for free, and together we build up this community. Okay, so whoever the people can stay there as a mentor, master, they create the residential household there. Okay, So there's 2 years living there for free. Okay, because the thing is that those 2 free years, okay, is to help qualify the qualified people, okay, to interview the qualified people for them to help to grow the people to the ultimate maturity. Okay, so the price provide at the beginning, whoever stay there can take over that household, otherwise can be sold later on. But whoever want to stay there have to be interviewed. Okay, and if the entrepreneur people give me that 2 free years, I'll be able to help the next generation to enrich their life in all 4 areas. Okay, because the money that the entrepreneur make eventually will use to pay it forward to pay back to society anyway. So let's just use those 2 years to enhance people quality of living first. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, and then my ambition is to do it in all over 34 provinces of the country, and we will utilize the government support to build the residential household areas. Okay, and we will do each province of our country, 34 provinces will have the residential household areas of which residential household area, and thus we need people agreement. Okay, definitely it have to be in Hanoi city. I cannot force them, but they are willingly to do that. The entrepreneur group, they willingly to do it and to build a residential household where it have the ecosystems where there's a people become model citizen, and there's, let's say there's about 1,000 residential households, there will be 1,000 parents of children living there. Okay, where we have the number of mentor and master. Okay, we just need 2 years together, accompany each other to build the community, the residential community. Okay, we go into improve the culture, keeping the environment there to be nice, clean. Okay, and we create the loving environment of the community. Okay, within the ecosystems, right? So what do you think with the government support we can build a community like that, and then we can get people agreement, okay, to see who deserve to live in that community, and at that time whoever has their relatives that who are at over 60 years of age can also come there to live. Let them train them in inner being, train them in physical. We need to create the certain policy to take care of their health, their inner being, their relationships. Okay, and I already told entrepreneurs to give me a certain amount of money in order for me to fulfill that plan. Okay, so instead of making money, okay, now they basically provide the public's welfare for the people in that community for 20 years. Then eventually all the community will start growing. Okay, and there will be a different residential household start growing, and then they will also thinking about how to ensure people's well-being. So take care of public's welfare. Okay. So we need to take care of public's welfare first before thinking about making money, and then that will last for long. So, and that is money. That is the idea of making money from the government, the people, and nature, right? If we have the agreement of people and we use the 7 holistic wealth for people to enrich their life in, and there's let's say we also have the library, the big library, about 1,000 meters, square meters. Okay. And the kids, the children who live in there, they will be taken care of their health, their inner being. All the kids live there, they can run for 21 kilometers. They will live with virtues and have a complete character, outstanding virtues. And also we have the good operations, and also for people there, they're going to release their fame, they're going to release the wealth. Okay. And we have the model citizens in that community. That will help our country to develop in order to provide to create the model citizens of the country, right? And and we're going to release our desire and perception of our desire and perception in order to give it into people's hands, right? So I told entrepreneur group to give me 2 years, and they already agree with me on that. Okay. So 2 years to grow the community, much better than selling those households for people to come in there to live. If the people have money, they can do a lot of things, but it's down to their blessing, down to their good deed. And some people, they utilize, they take advantage of the fact that they have a lot of money. They come in there and they do not follow the certain rule and regulation of the community, and we won't be able to build the community as we wish. Okay. So I already told entrepreneur people that give me about 100 square meters, 100 square meters for a household. Okay. About 60 to 70 square meters of a household with training hall, training facility. Okay. So from there you see that money start coming to us, right? So those are different projects. So there's a certain projects only need the agreement of people can make money already. But there's a certain projects only have the support from the government. Already you can make money. For example, the product and services in games, right? The products and services in game. There's people who play and sell of the games, online games, online game products, online products in game. They can make money. So the worldwide government, they some of them they do not accept that, but that is making because that's work because of people agreement. So the money makings from the agreement of people. Okay. Yes? Is that okay, everyone? The agreement of people. The agreement of people. Whoever has the agreement of people can make money. So there's many services and products has been created, especially those feng shui products. Some country they create certain items that serve the feng shui industry. so they can make money. They can make a lot of money from that. Cryptocurrency, coin currency. There are certain government they do not accept that. Okay. In our country, in Vietnam, there's someone said that the new rules will come out. The new rule and regulation will come out in May. Has anyone heard about that yet? Anyone have updates of that? Oh, all right. It's moving to July. Okay, July. Right, July there will be maybe the new rule and regulations, the new policy for cryptocurrency. Then congratulations for whoever invested in them already. But if they do not give certain advantage for the games of money, then eventually the people get affected. Okay. Later on, when we talk about the power triangle and investment, then we will discuss that in deeper. Right. Is that okay, everyone? So there's a lot of plans, projects that has been developed from cryptocurrencies, but eventually it's failed. Okay. So if we follow the priority, then what should we prioritize? Okay, the priority level to make money. Firstly, we have to follow the government policy. Okay, follow the government policy. Okay, see if the government have banned anything, right? If the government ban anything, or the country have increased their belief in the government, okay, then all the agreement of people will be cut off. The money will lost. Okay, so whatever way you use to make money from the agreement of people, once the government get involved, okay, then and people also agree to that. Okay, the root cause is the people agreements. But if the government bans it, there's no policy to support it, then we shouldn't do it. Shouldn't continue doing it, right? But whatever product and services that do not get banned from government, they also have the people agreement. Okay, then it's good to do. So understand that, everyone. Understand that. It means that when a nation, the belief of people in the government, okay, reduce, then the projects and all the projects and plans, people will focus on the business people will focus on the agreement of people. Okay, but if the people believe in government, okay, then the government and whoever affect the government, whoever doing bad things for the people, then the government interfere, will protect the people. And there's a good thing here, there's an interesting here, that whoever do a good things for the people and do not harm the government, then the government support them. Do you understand? Do you understand this part? Which means that whoever do anything benefit the people, but they have to abide they have to abide with the law. They have to follow law abiding. Okay. For example, there are people who help. There's a certain number of people help the people health. Okay, and then the government looking at those services and to see that if they are actually helping people, and then they give the incentive to those people to go to study, to go to learn in order to do better for the people. But whoever do anything that harmed people, then whatever they do, if the people get affected, they will blame it on the government. Okay, so whatever you do, you need the agreement of people. So the next few days we talk about the power triangle. Then you will know the importance of the benefits of people. But in summarize, whatever we do that support, that serve people's survivals and development is scalable, is sustainable. So the money comes from nature, comes from the government, comes from the people. Is three different ways to make money currently. Is that okay, everyone? Is that simple? So these few days you already have the big pictures of money. Okay, picture of money. Okay, so if you want to attract money, so let's say from now on we do not run after money, we do not earn money anymore, but we giving yourself an awareness that for the rest of your life, you do not go and earn, you do not go after money. You do not go after money, but you're going to attract money. Okay? Do not. 11. In this life, forever, for the rest of your life, you will not go after money. You will not earn money anymore. But you will only think about attract money. Okay? You don't need to understand the reason why, but you just need to agree with me on this. Okay? Just agree with me on this, and I will give you the answers, the logical answers in the next few sessions. Why you don't need to chase after money anymore? Because money is everywhere, right? You only need to attract them. Okay? Because money is the equivalent. Money is the universal equivalent, represent the value created by humans, okay, and is governed by the laws of supply, demand, and compensation. So we don't need to go after money. We don't need to earn money. Some people joking and said that, oh, we only have 2 feet and money have 4. We only have 2 legs and money have 4 legs. So money run very fast. Okay, so we do not go run after money. We will attract money, right? So in terms of negative and positive, then money is negative. Money belongs to the negative. So if we have an intention of making money, then our intention is we have negative. So money is negative. Money is negative. intention of making money is also negative, then so negative push negative, right? But if we have positive intention, then money will automatically come to us. So we need to shift our awareness, a special awareness in our inner being, in that we are no longer chase after money, we no longer run after money, but we go into attract, not attraction, sorry. So human beings often get attached to money because money have the negative direction. Okay, whoever run after money, leave them. It's their choice. But with us, we go into attract money. So what do we attract money for? That's the most important thing. And how can we attract them? Okay, later on we will discuss about that. We will discuss about the requirement to attract money. But after you attract money to your life, what are you going to do with them? Okay. So at the end of the day, what do you use the money for? Okay. You know that money comes from the nature, money comes from the government, money comes from the people, okay? And you know how to attract money, yeah? But after you attract the money to your life, what are you going to do with them? Okay? Let's say now you attract money, let's say you collect money into the pond, and if you do not release it, okay, then the longer they stay in that pond, the stinky is going to get, right? So the same with the ideas of money, okay? So if you attract a lot of money into your life, eventually you won't have the good feeling of why do you need to live in this world anymore. So help me, okay, from now on, whenever you think about money, okay, this is a very special awareness, and whoever have this awareness at this moment, then congratulations to you. Your life now will go with ease. You won't have to run after money anymore, okay? But right, so now what are we going to do after we attracting money to our life? We're gonna learn, we're gonna study how to do that. But we need to have the awareness that we're going to attract money, okay? So now we're gonna see what are we attracting money for, and we're gonna learn how to attract money first, okay? So we have the terms, we have the term how to attract, and in order to, okay, they have a different meanings, okay? Right, how to attract, and then attract, okay, in order to, okay. So we need to know how to attract money, and then after you're attracting money, in order to do what? In order to, okay? In order to. So you need to ask yourself here, and we also need to agree with each other that from now on we are no longer chasing after money, we're no longer earning money, but we're going to attract money. Okay, and if we agree with each other on this, then the next few sessions is be very good. Okay, otherwise if you continue to chase after money, and then for the rest of your life you will have to chase after money, and the money you earn, there will be very little. Okay, but after you attracting them, then what for? Okay, attract money in order to what for? Actually, I should say here what for. Attract money to what for? What for? Okay. You have only know, then you understand, then you comprehend, then you transform. Okay, so we need to know how to attract money. Okay, and what for? Attract money, what for? Okay, so after you attracting money, you need to know how to attract money, and then after you attracting money, then do we really use money in the meaningful way to serve humanity, to serve human being? So we need to have that awareness. So from now on we actually have the real awareness of money. Okay, and we will fulfill awareness of money. Okay, so we're going to start tomorrow. We're going to start having a clear mental image about money. Okay, and our inner state of money is going to change. Okay. Okay, we're going to let go of the idea making money, chasing after money. Okay, but we're going to know how to use money, how to utilize money. Okay, so let me repeat this. One of the principles to understand here is the principles of circle of knowledge. The circle of knowledge principle is that whoever believes, then they know. They believe, then they know. Then their knowledge will expand, right? Okay. For example, if when you join into our community, our organization, your knowledge expands. When you know, then you will understand. But when you want to comprehend, then you have to have questions about it, then you have to and when you have desire, then you will transform. If you desire to really attract money, okay, and if you desire to utilize money in the meaningful way, then we're going to discuss that tomorrow. Okay, so today I give you some questions for you to think over tonight, and if you have a desire to attract money, then tomorrow we start the session on the fresh page with all of the questions that you already pondering overnight. Okay. Right, so tomorrow we continue. Thank you ever so much for your participants, so present. Thank you ever so much for the team of teachers that's supporting this session. Okay. And thank you ever so much for the electricities and all of the facility that we have. Okay, we've been provided. So tomorrow is the day that we officially elevate our awareness about money, elevate our inner awareness of money. Okay, and today we're going to have we already keeping our inner state in balance. Okay, and tomorrow I'm going to help you to fulfill your awareness of money. Okay, so please allow me to turn on the microphone for you to say goodbye to each other and see you the rest of this life. See you again the rest of this life.
Em chào cả nhà.
Thầy xịn sò quá thầy ơi, thầy chia sẻ tuyệt vời quá thầy ơi, thầy hot quá thầy ơi. Thầy number one. Ok, cả nhà ai có bài học tâm đắc ngộ ra gì ngày hôm nay không? I think chị Linh already go off doing something else. There's a few. Này chia sẻ cung năng lượng ghê. Tiền mà. Hôm nay nghe cái câu là thầy nói là tiền là
bữa đúng không? Cái bữa mà nói theo quy luật âm dương như tiền là âm đúng không chị?
Tiền là âm. Ồ, cái vụ đó bà cũng biết nữa hả?
Thầy có xác định rồi đó.
Thì cái bạn đó cái bạn đó nói tiền là âm mà mình không nghe tiền là âm ở đâu, rồi hôm nay mới được nghe. Có nghĩa là bạn đó được chia sẻ, nghe đi chia sẻ ở đâu rồi mà mình lại không nghe ha. Mình sẽ tiền là âm, nào đến giờ mình cứ nghĩ là tiền là điện từ dương chứ. Trong cái
âm dương. Như thầy chia sẻ trong lớp học master á, trong master chứ, trong master bữa offline á chị Trang.
Dạ. Cái này để hồi hỏi lại thầy thử xíu vô lớp. Thầy đâu có vô lớp học master nữa đâu, thầy nói mấy bữa tới là học master tự chia sẻ mà.
Tối nay có học không chị? 4 giờ khuya sáng nay có học không?
Có, 4 giờ sáng nay thầy vô rồi thầy nói là mấy bữa tới là 10 buổi tới là 7 buổi tới là các anh chị học xong là vô buổi sáng là sẽ bài học tâm đắc ngộ ra. Không phải bài học tâm đắc ngộ ra mà là quan sát cái cách thầy truyền tải, cách thầy diễn đạt á. Cái cách thầy chia sẻ đó. Chứ thầy không có vô nữa trong 7 buổi tới. Nên để tự chủ đó. Để ngày mai hỏi thử cái không biết có ai đã hỏi giùm mình. Mình phải hỏi cũng ngại để từ từ nó ngộ ra. Hôm nay có nhiều từ cũng một vài từ vựng mới ha. Đây. Từ từ để vô lớp và A with cái đó giờ 11 giờ. Hôm nay có một số từ vựng mới, không biết nãy giờ cô Mai có note lại không?
Các phân dẫn gì nè, mấy cái ngành công nghiệp hả anh chị Trang?
Đó mấy cái ngành công nghiệp rồi một vài những cái từ sao không có vô được vậy? Cô Mai có phải vô lớp dinh dưỡng chưa? Dinh dưỡng bắt đầu chưa?
Giờ mà vô để coi lỡ có chị Bình Chi ghi chép lại thì coi có từ vựng nào không bổ sung vô. Rồi gặp lại sau nha.
Ok, biết ơn cô Mai. Để em Trang kiếm vài cái từ vựng. Cô Xuân với cô Thư. Ok. Hồi nãy là có một vài cái từ vựng nha, để em Trang lôi ra lại. Mình phải review ngay bây giờ, không thôi là ngày mai là hết quên. Rồi, thứ nhất là yến xào là có bird nest hoặc là edible bird nest hoặc swallow nest. Cái đó mình biết rồi nè. Nghị quyết resolution, nghị quyết quốc hội, nghị quyết quốc hội là parliamentary resolution, nghị quyết quốc hội. Ok. Parliamentary coi như là quốc hội là parliament á. Còn parliament là tính từ của quốc hội ha. Nghị quyết là resolution. Giờ mới biết luôn á. Biết cái từ này mà không biết nó là cái nghĩa là nghị quyết luôn á. Resolution là nghị quyết. Nghị quyết. Nghị quyết nè. Ok. Nghị quyết resolution hay là nghị quyết Liên Hợp Quốc là the UN resolution. Nghị quyết cổ đông là shareholder resolution. Thông qua nghị quyết là to pass a resolution. Ok, to pass a resolution. Rồi trong đây mình có loài tiên. Nếu mà mình có loài tiên thì là the fairy tiên. The fairy race là chủng tộc tiên nè. Hồi nãy thầy fairies race chủng tộc tiên. Nếu mà mình có tiên thì mình có thánh và thần ha. Chưa có bắt đầu. Ok. Tiên thì mình có loài thánh, loài thần, rồi loài ngạ quỷ, loài súc sinh. Đó là những cái từ mà mình có trong cái vũ trụ quan. Loài tiên là the fairy race. Loài tiên. Loài thánh là loài thánh là holy beings. Saint. Thánh là the saint. The saint này. Rồi loài thần the deities. Nó không cần đờ luôn á, mà là deities. Cái này saint là holy being. Deity là divine being. Chỉ mấy cái từ này mai mốt mà mình dịch mấy cái bản của beings của bên Tiền Tông nó cũng có lợi ha. Deities, divine being. Từ loài ngoại quỷ, ngạ quỷ là hungry ghost. Hungry ghost. Hungry ghost. Ngạ quỷ. Súc sinh là animals. Cõi súc sinh chứ. Ok. Animal là động vật thì là súc sinh. Rồi. Này là súc sinh. Này là ngạ quỷ. Ok. Deities là loài thần. Saint là loài thánh. Thánh, saint, thần là deity. Ngạ quỷ, hungry ghost. Tiên là fairies. Loài tiên. Loài tiên. Fairies. Fairies thôi. Khỏi được fairy. Ok. Fairies thôi. The fairies. Saints nè. The fairies. Okay, the fairies. And the fairies thì được gọi là celestial being. Celestial beings. Hay quá. Celestial beings. Loài tiên. Cái này là hơi bị ngoài lề một chút. Trong gì là tự củng cố, tự vận thôi. Rồi. Tạo an sinh xã hội, general public welfare. An sinh xã hội là general public welfare. General public welfare. Welfare. General public welfare. Thì general public welfare mình có promote social welfare, ensure public well-being. Okay. Những phát triển của cộng đồng chính sách. Build a welfare system. Build a welfare system. Enhance community well-beings. Okay. Welfare, tên chương trình hoặc chiến lược. Okay. Enhance community well-beings. Enhance community well-being. Community well-being. Ok, cái này là tạo an sinh xã hội. An sinh xã hội. An sinh là welfare, xã hội là social. Ok, an sinh xã hội. Chính sách là policy. Chính sách xã hội là social policy. Policy là chính sách nhà nước, là government policy, là chính sách. Foreign policy là chính sách đối ngoại. Economic policy là chính sách kinh tế. Health policy là chính sách y tế. Security policy là chính sách an ninh. Company policy là chính sách công ty. And private policy là chính sách bảo mật. The government is implementing a new economic policy to support small businesses. Okay. Our company has strict privacy policy protect. Chính sách bảo mật. Nào, chính sách. Quy hoạch là planning. Okay. Planning, quy hoạch. For example, ví dụ như là quy hoạch đô thị là urban planning or city planning. Quy hoạch tổng thể là master plan. Quy hoạch sử dụng đất là land use planning. Okay. Quy hoạch thì mình có land use, hồi nãy là thầy nói là quy hoạch sử dụng đất. Land use planning, quy hoạch sử dụng đất. Quy hoạch sử dụng đất. Development planning, quy hoạch phát triển. Quy hoạch hạ tầng infrastructure planning. Quy hoạch vùng regional planning. Regional, hiện nay là đất nước chúng ta là đang có regional planning, chia là 32 tỉnh thành nè. Regional planning. Quy hoạch vùng. Quy hoạch sử dụng đất. Ok. quy hoạch phân khu, zoning plan. Zoning plan, ok. Quy hoạch phát triển. Urban city planning là quy hoạch đô thị. Này, that's planning land use. Quy hoạch đô thị. Master plan, new urban. Master plan, quy hoạch tổng thể. Tổng thể là master plan. Vậy thì master plan thì nó không phải planning nữa, mà master plan là quy hoạch tổng thể. Cơ chế chính sách. Cơ chế chính sách là mechanism and policy, hoặc policy mechanism. Policy mechanism, cơ chế chính sách nhấn mạnh sự kết hợp giữa công cụ và chính sách để thực tiêu mục tiêu. Policy mechanism. Policy mechanism là cơ chế chính sách. Cơ chế chính sách. Cơ chế chính sách. Khung pháp lý chính sách, cơ chế, thể chế chính sách, hệ thống quản trị, governance and policy, chính sách. Ok, trục. Rồi, bây giờ mình có một số cụm từ mới nữa, là hồi nãy là trên số 11, trên số 12. Ở trên số 12 này. Chính sách rồi. Trục lợi cá nhân. Trục lợi, exploit for personal gain. Exploit for personal gain. Exploit for personal gain, hoặc là take advantage for personal benefit. Take advantage for personal benefit. Take advantage for personal benefit. Exploit for personal gain. Take advantage of something. Take advantage of something. Exploit for personal gain. Take advantage of something. See if teachers come into A with class. Oh. Exploit for personal gain, take advantage. Oh. Something. Kẻ trục lợi, profiteers. Self-serving, vì lợi ích cá nhân. Okay. Abuse. Lạm dụng để trục lợi. Abuse. Trục lợi. Okay, abuse. Abuse of policy. Lạm dụng cơ chế. Abuse. Abuse of policy. Abuse of policy. Abuse of policy, lạm dụng chính sách. Lạm dụng chính sách. trục lợi cá nhân. Exploit for personal gain. Exploit the loopholes in the law for personal gains. Some individuals took advantage of the subsidized program to profit. The reporter exposed several self-serving officials who abused their power. Chất bán dẫn là semiconductor, bán dẫn semiconductor, vật liệu hoặc thiết bị bán dẫn. Công nghiệp semiconductor, chất bán dẫn, vật liệu bán dẫn. Thực sự cũng không hiểu từ cả tiếng Việt với tiếng Việt không biết tiếng Tráng bán dẫn là cái gì luôn. Essential components in modern electronics. Okay. Nông nghiệp thực vật, plant-based agriculture, plant-based agriculture, plant-based agriculture, plant-based agriculture, crop agriculture, nông nghiệp trồng trọt. Plant-based plant agriculture, nông nghiệp thực vật. Plant-based farming, canh tác dựa trên thực vật. Crop production, sản xuất cây trồng. Plant cultivation, nông nghiệp thực vật. Nông nghiệp là agriculture, thực vật. Nông nghiệp thực vật. Plant-based agriculture, crop agriculture, nông nghiệp trồng trọt, crop, plant-based hoặc là crop. Okay. Crop agriculture, plant-based agriculture. Crop agriculture plays a vital role in food security, economic development. Advancement in plant-based agriculture lead to a more sustainable farming system. The project focuses on improving crop production in rural areas. Định hướng của chính phủ là government orientation. Government-led direction, government orientation, government policy, định hướng chính sách chính phủ, government orientation. Định hướng chính phủ, government orientation. Government orientation, định hướng chính phủ. Orientation, government orientation. State-oriented, government-driven approach. Okay, government. Pháp lý, legal system, hệ thống pháp lý. Legal issue, vấn đề pháp lý. Legal framework. Ngạm giờ nghĩ legal là pháp lý. Pháp lý, cái này nó là tính từ. Okay. Legal framework, legal status, legal responsibility, legal advice, tư vấn pháp lý. Cái này legal là danh tính từ, vậy thì danh từ của nó là pháp luật, nói chung là the law. Legality, tính hợp pháp. Pháp lý, the law. Công việc pháp lý, legal affair. Okay, legal affair. Legal advice, legal affairs, công việc pháp lý. Legality, tính hợp pháp. Legality, tính hợp pháp. Ôi trời, tính ra cũng nhiều từ vựng. Rồi, một số từ thì cũng biết rồi mà chưa biết dùng trong cái ngữ cảnh nữa. Rồi, thu hồi, revoke, withdraw, revoke, revoke, thu hồi giấy phép, thu hồi văn bản, revoke a license, thu hồi giấy phép, revoke a license, revoke a license, withdraw, withdraw, revoke a license, withdraw a proposal, so proposal, okay, revoke, thu hồi, okay, thu hồi giấy phép, thu hồi giấy phép, withdraw proposals là thu hồi đề xuất, proposal là đề xuất hả? Đây nó dịch proposal là đề xuất đó. Thường trong hai người mà proposals nghĩa là lời cái gì nhỉ? Propose là gì, là hỏi cưới, propose cái gì? Khi mà rồi cái này propose là đề xuất đi, đề xuất. Rồi. Sản xuất thì recall, thu sở sản phẩm, thu hồi sản phẩm, recall tài sản, đất đai, retrieve, recover, thu hồi tài sản, thu hồi đất là reclaim land. Thu hồi đất, reclaim land ha. Hello các con. Thu hồi đất. Thu hồi đất, reclaim land. Ủa chị Thảo, vậy cái chương trình CO nó khác với lại cái chương trình quản trị nghiệp gì không? Nó khác nhau phải không? Giám đốc điều hành. Ủa nó là một á? Ok, vậy là em được skip rồi. Ok, để em tưởng nó là cái khác. Thì hình như là bảo là phải làm bài test đó, có rồi thì cũng phải, cuối cùng cũng phải làm bài test đấy thì phải. Quy hoạch đất. Quy hoạch đất là land use planning. Land use planning là quy hoạch đất. Quy hoạch, hồi nãy mình có cái từ quy hoạch rồi ha. Quy hoạch là land use planning, quy hoạch đất, quy hoạch sử dụng đất, land use planning. Ok, land use planning. Quy hoạch sử dụng đất, land planning là quy hoạch đất. Land planning là quy hoạch đất, zoning, khu phân đất. Hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ. Hưởng lợi từ ok, mình có cái câu này, đây là cái câu luôn nãy thầy đọc. Hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ thì an sinh cho dân. Benefiting from government. Benefiting from government. Benefiting from government mechanisms. Benefiting from government mechanisms ensures social welfare. Social welfare for the people. Okay, benefiting from government mechanisms ensure social welfare for the people. Hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ thì an sinh cho dân. Hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ thì an sinh cho dân. Để bảo cái câu này vô trong cái nhóm. Hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ thì an sinh cho dân. Hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ thì an sinh cho dân. Okay. Hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ thì an sinh. Benefiting from government mechanism, cơ chế chính phủ. Government, cơ chế, mechanism. Ensure social welfare, an sinh cho dân. Ensure social welfare for the people. Ok. Rồi. Ưu đãi của thiên nhiên là ủng hộ của chính phủ. Ưu đãi thiên nhiên là natural incentive. Ok, mình có cái ủng hộ government support. Ok, chơi cá kiển cây cảnh. Rồi, cá kiển với cây cảnh. Cá kiển ornamental fish. Ornamental fish. Cây cảnh cũng ornamental plant. Play hả? Mình không có dùng từ play mà mình dùng từ keep. Keep. Decorative plants. Số ngữ căn. Plants. Fish keeping. Keeping. Còn plants. Ok. Chơi. Cá kiển. Ok. Cây cảnh. Cây cảnh. Cá kiển cây cảnh. Ornamental fish keeping. Ornamental plant. Hay là mình còn gọi cách khác là bonsai. Bonsai thì nó là cụ thể một cái loại cây. Cũng loại cây được uống nắng rồi ha. Cây bonsai. Rồi. Hộ dân cư là residential household, hộ gia đình household. Residential household, hộ dân cư. Residential household. Trời, nhiều từ vựng phết. Residential household. Residential household là hộ dân cư. Local household là hộ dân địa phương. Rural household là hộ nông thôn. Urban household là hộ thành thị. Household là hộ gia đình, hộ dân cư. Hộ dân cư ha. Một cái từ này thôi nghĩa là hộ gia đình. Gia đình là family mà hộ gia đình là household, còn hộ dân cư là residential household. Cư dân kiểu mẫu, model citizen. Model citizen. Cư dân kiểu mẫu. Cư dân kiểu mẫu. Cư dân kiểu mẫu, model citizen. Vận hành là operate. Operation là vận hành. Cái đó mình biết rồi ha. Operation là vận hành. Thuận tôn pháp luật. in accordance with the laws, law abiding, thuận tôn pháp luật, đúng pháp luật. The rules of law abiding, tuân thủ pháp luật. Cái từ thuận tôn pháp luật. Thuận tôn pháp luật in accordance with the law. In accordance with the law. Nó cũng có nghĩa là law abiding. Law abiding in accordance with the law. Thuận tôn pháp luật. Movies of conduct accordance with the law, respect for the rules of law, law abiding, known as a law abiding citizen, law abiding. Okay. Tract. Quy định, regulation. Regulation hồi nãy quy định mình có chưa ta? Quy định. Mình có legal là pháp lý nè. Regulation. Regulation. Quy định. Okay. Regulation. Quy định. Government regulation. Quy định của nhà nước. Environment, quy định của nhà nước. School rules, provision, điều khoản quy định. Okay, so that's all the vocabularies that I have noted down. Let's quickly recap. So we have resolution là nghị quyết, loài tiên là the fairies, thánh là saints, thần là deities, ngạ quỷ là hungry ghosts, súc sinh animals, tạo an sinh xã hội general public welfare, promote social welfare, ensure public well-being, build a welfare system, enhance community well-being, chính sách policy, quy hoạch planning, quy định là regulation, quy hoạch là planning. Trời ơi, làm sao mà nhớ mấy cái từ này mốt bây giờ dùng. Chỉ yếu là cái nhớ cái từ tiếng Việt á. Cái từ này thì biết hết tiếng Anh đó nha, nhưng mà bảo là dùng ở trong tiếng Việt á, hay no idea. Sao mình dùng, tại vì không có, nó giống như trong cái mảng kinh tế vậy, mình không có quen, mình chưa có quen. Từ từ chắc lặp đi lặp lại vài lần cái quen. Rồi, quy hoạch, policy mechanism, planning, land use planning, regional planning. Okay. Quy hoạch sử dụng đất, land planning. Policy mechanism là cơ chế chính sách. Chính sách là policy, quy định. Quy hoạch là planning, quy định là regulation. Ok, trục lợi cá nhân, exploit for personal gain or take advantage of personal benefit. Lạm dụng chính sách là abuse of policy. Chất bán dẫn semiconductor, nông nghiệp thực phẩm, plant-based agriculture. Định hướng chính phủ là government orientation, pháp lý, legal. The law là pháp luật, rồi legality là tính hợp pháp. Okay. Quy định regulation, thu hồi giấy phép, revoke the license, thu hồi đề xuất, withdraw proposal, thu hồi đất là reclaim land. Oriental fish keeping là chơi cá kiển. Ornamental plants, chơi cây cảnh. Hội dân cư, residential households, model citizen là cư dân mẫu, cư dân kiểu mẫu. Chúng ta có benefiting from government's mechanism, ensure social welfare from the people, nghĩa là hưởng lợi từ cơ chế chính phủ thì an sinh cho dân, benefit from government mechanism, ensure social welfare for the people. Ok, thuận tôn pháp luật, law abiding. Alright, thank you ever so much cô Lan Thư. Không biết cô Lan Thư có đó không, nhưng mà có sự hiện diện của cô. Hoàng Thư chóng mặt á. Hoàng Thư thấy chóng mặt chưa?
Kệ chứ, cứ nghe nhớ từ đầu nhớ.
Lan Thư ngon quá. Đợt tới
nhưng mà cũng là toàn những từ quen thuộc mà, đúng không?
Đúng rồi, có lẽ là mình chưa biết nó dùng vô đâu rồi chứ có những từ
mấy cái từ này nó còn quen thuộc hơn mấy cái từ nội tâm kìa.
Tại vì
kinh tế
đây đúng rồi, trong kinh tế đồ đó. Kinh tế đó là những cái từ này legal regulation có hết, nhưng mà nhiều khi mình không có tiếng Việt đâu thôi. Ok, biết ơn cô Thư, hẹn gặp cô Thư nếu mà dậy nổi thì 3 giờ sáng chúng ta tiếp tục, còn không thì 9 giờ rồi, 9 giờ sáng.
Sáng mai lại bao giờ dậy?
Mấy bữa nay là đang làm đồ hình đó cô Lan, cô Linh Lê với An Trang là xong cái hôm chủ nhật là xong luôn, hôm thứ chủ nhật á là xong cái hôm thứ bảy là xong cái nghi thức nghi lễ rồi. Bắt đầu từ ngày chủ nhật là qua làm đồ hình đó cô. Đồ hình cho K36 á. Đồ hình cho K36 bữa giờ đó thì có gì thì An Trang chụp lại cái phần tiếng Anh cho. Chụp lại.
Ồ, hai cô làm đồ hình K36 đấy à?
Dạ, làm đồ hình K36 từ hôm chủ nhật rồi, cho nên là hôm nay là đã xong nguyên lý.
Làm hết cái K36 rồi hả cô?
Thì tính là chưa mới bắt đầu K36 thì đến hôm nay là mới đến cái đồ hình, đến hôm qua là mới đến cái đồ hình nguyên lý thôi à, đến đồ hình thứ nguyên lý kích hoạt não thôi. Dạ, thì hôm nay tiếp tục đồ hình. Nói chung là cô Linh Lê cô không có muốn đi từ vựng á, mà cũng muốn đi đồ hình á, để mà có đồ hình thì thống nhất đồ hình thì nói được, nói gì cũng được. Còn bây giờ thống nhất từ vựng thì nhiều khi cái đồ hình lại không biết nó rơi vào cái chỗ nào, và khi mình chia sẻ thì mình luôn luôn bám vào cái đồ hình á của tất cả các chủ đề, cho nên là cô Linh Lê cũng muốn đi đồ hình. Đấy, cho nên là các buổi tới chắc là nguyên tuần này là sẽ đi hết đồ hình của K36 đó cô Thư. Báo cho cô Thư biết để cô Thư update mấy cái đồ hình. Mọi người làm hết đồ hình chưa?
Chưa cô ạ.
Vẫn chưa hả? Chắc là dự án đồ hình phải để dở dang rồi. Thôi mình cứ từ từ làm, mai mốt mình sẽ kêu gọi thêm anh chị em.
Dạ vâng.
Biết ơn cô Thư nhiều.
Dạ, biết ơn cô An Trang.
Dạ, chào cô nha, An Trang qua học Aywood đây. Chào cô, bye bye cô.
Cô lật mấy cái đồ hình ngay từ đầu để chụp lại với này.
Cô Thư nói làm sao ạ?
Cô lật lại mấy cái đồ hình mà từ đầu giờ ấy.
Để cô Thư chụp lại hả? Xíu nữa xíu nữa 3 giờ sáng thì An Trang sẽ thống nhất lại với cô Linh Lê rồi chụp cho cô. Hôm qua có chụp buổi hôm qua rồi, Trang forward cho. Rồi xíu nữa thống nhất lại với cô Linh Lê một số cái nữa cái đã. Rồi chụp lại cho nó chuẩn luôn. Biết ơn cô nha. Bye cô.
Dạ, biết ơn cô ạ.